The Monte Valley Mall in El Monte, California is an open-air shopping center that opened in 1965. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for my latest mall video, defunct store, occasional throwback Thursday, or soda history. Leave a suggestion about a future video or memories of this mall. Thanks. The city of El Monte lies in the northernmost eastern region of Los Angeles County, making it part of the San Gabriel Valley area. Known for its commuter population, El Monte is considered to be one of the most mobile cities in Los Angeles, thanks to its geographical position, with the LA area being close to approximately 20 minutes or less, or in this case 40 minutes if you count traffic. From El Monte, you can access freeways like the 5, 10, 60, or even the 605. Main Street was first graded and paved in 1906. In 1907, the Pacific Electric Intercity Railroad service was extended to El Monte. The city had a main street since sometime between 1933 and 1942, and at some point between those years, Main Street became Valley Boulevard, and commerce thrived as it tends to do on a main street. Then in the 1960s, Valley's path changed, veering north to today's configuration, and the former Main Street became Valley Mall. With traffic diverted, the businesses along Valley Mall started to suffer. The city created the Valley Mall as a separate street on November 20th, 1965 by rerouting Valley Boulevard to the north to divert through traffic between Santa Anita Avenue and Ramona Boulevard. Shoppers came from all over the San Gabriel Valley to shop at what is now known as the Valley Mall, an 8-block strip of stores on Valley Boulevard in the heart of downtown. The Valley Mall was anchored by a 26,000 two-level JCPenney located at 10933 Main Street, situated in the heart of El Monte. Shoppers would buy clothes at the JCPenney store, amble across the street for a soda pop at the thrifty drugstore counter, and then drive over to pick up groceries at McDaniel's Market. El Monte's retail district became the major shopping hub between Pasadena and Pomona. El Monte's Valley Mall contributed largely to the commercial sector of the city's economy, the city of El Monte. A Hartfield's department store opened in May of 1970. I can't confirm this, so I'll leave it up to you, the viewer, to confirm that there was a Zodi's on Santa Anita Avenue, but I'm not sure if it was part of the Valley Mall. Over the years, the types of stores found within this shopping center has expanded to include businesses like furniture stores, pet shops, restaurants, dollar stores, etc. Stores that you may have remembered were Ritz Camera, C's Candies, Mitchie's Shoes, Buster Brown, and Red Wing Shoes. During the late 1970s and 1980s, large regional shopping centers sprung up in nearby Arcadia, West Covina, Monrovia, and Montebello, luring more and more shoppers away and helping to drive the mall into decline. In November of 1985, JCPenney closed, and they moved to the Montebello Town Center. The following year, in 1986, Thrifty's closed, as well as Hartfield's and Zodi's both closed in 1986. Today, the El Monte Valley Mall remains a hodgepodge of discount outlets and secondhand stores. Most recently, property owners on the mall have urged the city to help revitalize the area, but redevelopment has been a sore issue in El Monte since 1979 when voters rejected a renewal program that encompassed a substantial portion of the city. To revitalize the area, the El Monte City Council decided in October of 2017 to revert Valley Mall's name back to Main Street. Meanwhile, city leaders put their hopes in a new Norms to spur the revitalization in the area. The 6,800 square foot Norms restaurant could serve 220 customers at one time and opened in 2017. In the current time, one can see that although many new businesses have opened in the Valley Mall, there are many lots within this shopping center that have been left vacant. So after many requests from YouTube viewer Dumb Cookie, I decided to make the trip to this outdoor mall, or at least what it is now, this past weekend. And let me just say, it was worth the trip. The first location that I went to was the old JCPenney building, which is now an indoor swap meet. Although the interior of the former anchor is changed with small vendors found throughout the store, the actual footprint is still the same. In fact, the original floors are still present, even though JCPenney closed in 1985. Apparently, they never remodeled the store in the 20 years that they were there. This JCPenney was also a 2-level store with a basement. There is a staircase in the middle of the store leading to the downstairs. The sign says that there are elevators, but I opted for the stairs. I don't even know if they work. I made the walk downstairs and it seems pretty small compared to the JCPenney at the shops at Montebello where they moved in 1985. The current tenants have made some changes, obviously, adding rooms. If you remember shopping at this JCPenney, does it look different? After touring the old JCPenney building, I took a walk along Valley Mall / Main Street, looking east. Looking east, you can see the modern-day view. Then the view there where I was standing in the 1960s in the direction of the shopping bag. The El Monte Valley Mall still has signage saying Valley Mall around town, but for the most part, all of the street signs say Main Street. I made this visit on a Saturday around 2:30 in the afternoon, and the whole street was pretty quiet. There were people walking around, but it was nothing like the business that the Superior Foods in the shopping center across the street was getting. Looking west now, you can see the old JCPenney building on your right. As I was walking down the street, a lot of the stores were actually closed, and that's kind of unusual considering this is a Saturday and a weekend. I stopped by the old Hartfield's building, and it still looks like a typical 1950s, 1960s design, with the name of the store on the floor. The storefronts look like a blast from the past. Most of the storefronts were never remodeled, with an exception of a few. There are a few plaques commemorating the opening of the Valley Mall in 1965. I'm probably the only one to actually read them in years. Colorful murals can be found throughout the Valley Mall, celebrating the city's rich cultural heritage. Again, more stores that are closed on a Saturday. This is the site of the former Thrifty's drugstore, now a Familia Market. Perhaps the highlight of my visit, even though I would say going into the former JCPenney building comes in a close second. I met a man named Alejandro who owns the CNC Sounds Musica Latina, which occupied the former Remars building and has been there since 1974. I was able to speak with the owner, Alejandro, whose father opened his store, and he gave me a little history about the Valley Mall. He discussed his memories of the 1970s. Our conversation was quite informational, and he told me about which stores were there at the Valley Mall in the 1970s and 1980s. He discussed how a lot has changed. He was very friendly and gave me a nostalgic look at what the Valley Mall was like back then. So what are some of your memories about the El Monte Valley Mall? Leave a comment below. I would really like to know. I found this little 8-block street to be full of charm and, of course, full of history. Walking down the street is almost like stepping back in time during the 1960s. The buildings and storefronts remind me of the ones found in Old Town Orange. I would also say that downtown Riverside, as well as downtown Ontario, as well as Hollywood Boulevard, have the same sort of storefronts. Alejandro also mentioned shoe stores that were part of the Valley Mall. He mentioned that he used to shop at the Red Wings Shoes, Buster Brown's Shoes, as well as Mitchie's. In fact, the former Red Wing Shoes building is currently occupied by the Unique Glam Cosmetics. One shopper commented, El Monte Valley Mall reminds them a lot like Chinatown, except that there's no tourists there. This place is not like Olvera Street in downtown, there's no street vendors here. Another shopper commented, the Valley Mall has only about 5 categories and there are more than 50 plus stores. They have either shoes, clothes, dollar stores, beauty salons, restaurants, more shoes, and more clothes. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I wish this place was a little bit more updated, with more variety in stores. With that being said, hopefully the Valley Mall will attract more kinds of stores that will bring more shoppers back. I want to say thanks again to Alejandro at CNC Sounds Música Latina. Check out his store. Thanks for watching. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer is 2, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment or some more details that I may have missed, or maybe even a suggestion for a future mall video you would like to see. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe